I grew up on the racetrack with my mother and father in Chicago, and it's all I've ever done and all I know, and I don't know a whole lot.
And what's your earliest memories of growing up on the track?
When I was 6 years old, my dad put me on a pony at Hawthorne Racetrack, and that's my earliest memory. And my best early memory was when John Henry beat the Bart in the Arlington Million. I was there. My dad and uncle took me to the races, so I was hooked and never lost it since that day.
What's some of the jobs you had coming up?
Well, I started from the bottom. My dad and I got lucky. My dad and my uncle taught me from the ground up, and they're some of the best horsemen. I'm being biased, but that I've ever seen. And I started as a hot walker, and then they taught me how to clean stalls. Eventually, when I was 15, I started grooming horses, and then I left. Did my undergrad with them, and I got lucky to go do my get a PhD with Shug McGahee. I worked for Shug for 25 years.
How important is the men and women that wake up every day and do this thing?
Without them, there'd be no show. They're the backbone of the industry. The hot walkers, the grooms, the exercise riders, the assistant trainers, they're the ones that put on the show. And even, at the racetracks, the people that clean the tracks, there's just so many, I couldn't count them all. Like they say, just to make a pencil takes a million people.
Who was a mentor?
My father, and then, because my father and Shug, they're similar in certain ways where they're tough on, they teach you, but they're tough on you. It's not, everything's not rainbows and lollipops, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I kind of like the old way of things. You got to be a little stern, You
Yeah.
can't, not everybody should be handled with kid gloves. I needed to get kicked in the butt here and there.
And who the best jockey you ever seen ride a horse?
Angel Cordero and Bill Shoemaker, without a shot of doubt. I've seen lots of horses. Doesn't matter how much you pay for them or how little you pay for them. When you line them up in that gate in the afternoon, that's when you really find out.
Yeah.
Because when they're in that gate, they don't know how much they cost or this and that. It's who could get to that wire the fastest, and that's the main thing. And sometimes a big, beautiful horse turns out really good, and a lot of times they turn out bad.
What's your favorite racetrack?
Favorite racetrack's Arlington Park. That's where I grew up and all that. So that's my favorite. It's no longer a track, but that's my favorite track. And Belmont be second.
In your lifetime, best trainer all time?
The best trainer should.
Sure.
Yeah.
What
Even
makes-
though I work for him, he's best. He works some magic with horses I never thought could ever turn out to be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say he's the best.
Oh man, thank you.
No problem, man.